How do you do? The Box Office Pulp Board feels it would be a little unkind to present this podcast without just a word of friendly warning. We're about to unfold a cinematic commentary track, made by a group of men who sought to create a podcast after their own ravings, without reckoning upon God. It is one of the strangest tales ever told. It deals with three great mysteries of the internet: analysis, observation, and deconstruction. I think it will thrill you. It may shock you. It might even horrify you. So if any of you feel you'd not care to subject your nerves to such a strain, now's your chance to... well, we've warned you. Now, to pause and...
Yes, Pumpkin Day.
Oh, words are hard. I got too excited there.
You got too excited about starting the podcast.
That's right. Oh, boy.
I got cheerleader's uniform.
I'm excited, guys.
Yippee skippy. Time for some podcasting goodness. Hello, everyone.
All y'all folks gather around and we'll start this big-ass pumpkin day right here, right now.
You better eat your lemons or else you get your rickets.
Rickets.
Rickets. It's a disease not many people know about, but it's got a funny name.
I love saying rickets. I'm glad someone else is obsessed with it. Rickets.
Or rickets. So anyways, welcome to Box Office Pulp, everyone.
The worst movie podcast.
It's pretty terrible.
And that's saying a lot.
It's October, so it's important that we talk about the horror of rickets.
What is rickets exactly?
You know, I looked this up the other day, and
of course you did.
I've already kind of forgotten what it was, but I think in my mind it sticks out as like the cowboy version of scurvy.
The cowboy version of scurvy?
Rickets is a defective mineralization or calcification of bones before, epiphyseal closure in immature mammals due to deficiency or impaired metabolism of vitamin D. You don't have enough vitamin D, phosphorus, or calcium, you get rickets, leading to fractures and deformity. You get bow legs, basically. You get bow legs.
All
so
right.
have your vitamin D or you'll get rickets. All right, kids? That's that's what we're getting at. Also, we're trying to do a podcast, so let's not talk about rickets anymore unless someone has it.
I'm actually recovering from it. I'm
Ew, stay away from us.
He's got the rickets.
Have you seen a photo of him? He looks like Torgo below the waist.
Well, I don't now.
So if you're still listening, this is Box Office Pulp. I'm your host, Cody. Joining me today, we have Mike.
Hello.
We have James.
Hey!
And we have MB.
Happy Batman Day.
Spoiler alert. This is our Big Ass Pumpkin Day episode, but we're not recording it on Big Ass Pumpkin Day. We are not, in fact, doing this live. If you hear any cheering, it's pre-recorded, and we inserted that in to make the show seem more entertaining.
But you promised we'd do it live.
It's live at the time.
Now, Cody, I can never quite remember when exactly is Big-Ass Pumpkin Day held?
There's a vicious debate that happens every year amongst Big Ass Pumpkin Day believers.
Okay, it doesn't count, James. It doesn't count.
I'm sorry.
He didn't say it the exact way. So
We're not buying you shit.
Yeah. We had a bet going on to say there were two schools of thought on this, because as one of you have said, the exact
You've done it 3 times so far.
3 years in a row.
It's like I've looked back at pictures of me on Big Ass Pumpkin Day, and coincidentally I was wearing these exact same clothes 2 years in a row.
You're caught in an endless Big-Ass Pumpkin loop.
Right? Boy. So for those of you who don't know what Big Ass Pumpkin Day is, it's my own little contribution to the world. It's a holiday that's not designed to compete with Halloween, but to maybe focus more on the pumpkin aspect of the holiday.
It's a Halloween enhancer.
It is. You're pre-gaming for Halloween by enjoying Big Ass Pumpkin Day. And its follow-up,
it's like
Big
the
Ass Pumpkin Day.
Yeah, it's like the initial playoffs before the big game.
Yeah. So Big Ass Pumpkin Day, depending on if you're in school A or school B, happens on the 14th of every October, or some people believe it happens the second Saturday in October. There's pros and cons to both sides. I mean, the 14th makes sense because that when, traditionally it started.
There's many moons ago.
And I'm a sucker for history. But on the other end, having your Big Ass Pumpkin Day on a Saturday, well, that's just nice. So,
as someone who's had Big Ass Pumpkin Day on Saturday, it is very nice.
It's great. So I'm going to let you decide, listener. If you want to celebrate Big Ass Pumpkin Day on the 14th, you go ahead. And if you want to have yourself a balls out party on October 10th, more power to you. Anyways, from me and the rest of the Box Office Pulp crew to you, I want to wish you a merry Big Ass Pumpkin Day. Now, moving on.
Oh, I thought that was the entire podcast.
That was the entire podcast. Get the fuck out.
This is just our holiday message.
Yeah. we actually came here for a reason.
This is our audio Christmas card.
It is. Ah, that's nice. I like that idea. It needs more Krampus. But today we are gathered to do a blind viewing of what I can only assume is a magical movie, Jacko. There's Really? That's the actual title?
I believe so. Well, I mean, Lantern, if you look at the actual movie, it's the opening title does say Jacko Lantern. But that's the only place it's called that.
Like Jacko, Lantern, the Curse of the Black Pearl.
Yes. From 1996.
Jack V. O. Dawn of Lantern?
Yeah, this is continuing our new tradition of watching a pumpkin-themed horror movie every Big-Ass Pumpkin Day. But we're breaking from our one-year tradition with this by doing a full-on commentary, because let's be honest, we're not going to watch Jacko and then talk about it later. That is entirely too much attention for Jacko. So we're just doing this in one fell swoop. It's like tearing a Band-Aid off.
It was a stretch already for Pumpkinhead.
Imagine this being like Tales from the Bop, only we're explaining this piece of shit to you, so you don't have to watch it.
This is a live Tales from the Bop.
It is. We're doing it live. Pre-recorded.
Drop it already. Drop it.
He got his way somehow. It's the magic of Big Ass Pumpkin Day.
Now, this is not to be confused with when we do Bop in a Movie. Bop in a Movie is our respectable series where we talk about movies seriously. This we are reacting to live. There is no way to talk about this seriously.
Oh, by the way, speaking of Pumpkinhead for just a moment, I was in Walmart the other day because I work there, and I saw we had just gotten in Pumpkinhead on a Blu-ray with this beautifully painted Criterion Collection cover.
Oh, that's probably the Screen Factory.
Why? It's Pumpkinhead.
Listen, Pumpkinhead looks cool.
I don't know about Walmart, but Walmart is selling copies of Troll 2 on Blu-ray for $7.
I know. I'm going to buy that, totally.
I'm half tempted, but Screen Factory's coming out with a combo pack of Troll 2, and the Best Worst Movie.
Oh, they are?
All together.
MD was outraged by that the Troll 2 Blu-ray did not contain Best Worst Movie.
Right, so it's only on DVD, but it's, at least it's still included.
I mean, what's even the point otherwise?
I don't think it's just on DVD is really a bad thing when you're talking about Troll 2.
Well, Troll 2...
it's not restored.
Troll 2 actually is on Blu-ray, along with Troll. It's just Best Worst Movies on DVD as a bonus extra.
Again, I don't think that's really anything you need to see in crystal clear HD.
Probably not. Anyways, so if you want that, you can get it in November. I keep forgetting we have a show to do. So...
Box Office Pulp, everybody.
It's
Box Office Pulp. That's true.
Big ass pumpkin.
Have their Big Ass Pumpkin Day. Big ass pumpkin day. Big ass pumpkin day. It's a big ass day. Everybody.
Big ass
pumpkin day. Big ass pumpkin day. Big ass. It's falling apart, guys. Throw off the party. It's canceled.
Oh.
No fun allowed.
That's a wrap. Get the hell out of my house.
Does everyone have... So the commentary. Does everyone have Jacko queued up?
Yes.
So this is Jacko from 1996, directed by Fred Olen Ray, who you may know as the director of at least 50 to 60 softcore porn movies.
This is not
that
one
adds
of
a layer.
those.
That we know of. This is
That would be amazing if halfway through we realized we were just watching porn.
I've seen a lot of nudity in this. I don't.
And it just turns into autofocus.
Wait a second, this is Jack Off, Mike.
Oh, come on.
Oh, I've
The wrong
tricked
goddamn
you.
movie.
Damn you, Mike Moriarty.
Anyway, the commentary.
All right. Are we locked and loaded?
We are ready to disco.
Okay. Countdown from 3.
3, 2, 1. Wow, this just starts right into the thick of things.
I like how we just did it completely differently. Usually we go... Anyway, whatever.
Big ass pumpkin day. You do what you want.
That's right. God damn it.
Oh god, it's coming right for us.
Whoa! Look at that CGI.
My God.
Jacko. Lantern. Lantern does just pop up.
I told you.
That's odd. The lure.
Grandpa
the man's
said.
carving a really.
I am here to warn you about the terror of the jack-o'-lanterns, Joshua.
He is watching that kid too intently.
If I ever see a mustached man holding a knife like that, I'm just leaving.
Listen, he just likes what he sees. All right.
There's an old nursery rhyme about jackos. Did they steal this kid from the page master?
I think so. He's cocaning hard. I like how every creepy old man in 80s horror and 90s horror movies just have the same voice.
What the hell?
Is that Gina Davis?
It looks a lot like Gina Davis in The Fog. Do you think it's some sort of campfire law that you always have to say, on a night just like this?
Yes.
I feel like some of these horror movies happen like on rainy days or stormy days, and they're always around nice midsummer campfires. There's something not terrifying about hearing a like New York accent say, "A monster we come from him, Jacko."
This guy looks like if Robert Zadar had his chin removed.
He does.
He looks like if Rob Reiner went into porn.
He does.
Does.
Also, can somebody please edit this into The Nightmare Before Christmas as the prologue? I need a story of Jack the Pumpkin Man and the time he saved Christmas, why not?
Meanwhile, in old-timey times... I must go play hoop and stick.
Time to guitar one piece of candy, then go right to Betty Bye.
Mother, may I have my vitamin D to prevent my rickets?
It was historically accurate, so I can't fault you.
Mother, has Jesus visited? No, not today.
I'm sorry, Pa has the cowboy polio.
The cowboy polio. I have to say, the old-timey mom is...
Selling that shawl?
Oh, there's that, yeah, yes. Looks like Gillian Anderson.
She does. This seems like one of those movies that's going to have a lot of people that look like other people.
Like all good porn.
I've got to, woman.
That is an amazing fake mustache.
Are you gonna die, Daddy? That seems like a very direct question, kid.
I'm not gonna let these rickets beat me.
I want to dramatically build my own tomb cross.
Is that William Hickey in that photo? I'm just making a cameo.
I watched two sisters die at his hand. Acting.
I like how this is almost the beginning to Pumpkinhead.
It is.
This was
All
the unofficial sequel.
pumpkin-themed horror movies have the same basic gist.
Oh no. My playback stopped. I just heard him say he has to take vengeance tonight. but now I won't know if he actually takes it.
We'll have to catch up. Someone give Cody their timestamp.
No, it's fine. It's catching up. It's just running in bits and pieces.
Okay, maybe that mustache is real, but it's terrible.
I don't think it's real.
It looks like it's been superimposed on the screen.
Guys, it's not a mustache. It's a caterpillar that just happened to sit there.
I let it live there for warmth.
I like the way it tickles my nose, all right.
Why does this kid dress up like a newspaper boy from the 1920s?
Because
he was actually laid off.
Damn it, young Christian Bale.
Maybe Jesus will prevent his rickets.
So I'm not all that interested in the setup in this movie, and I have an idea what's going on. I wanted to bring up a more important news story.
Go on.
Gene McMuller, a factory worker for 36 years who says he grows pumpkins for fun, set a new record for the North American continent by entering a 2,145.5 pound pumpkin into the Cedarburg Wine and Harvest Festival in Wisconsin this year.
That is a big-ass pumpkin.
Are you looking up pumpkin facts while we're watching this movie?
No, I had just had that one ready. But I actually... I wanted to bring this up because, one, I was really excited when I saw it was unveiled in Wisconsin. That's a lot of regional pride. But then... My hopes were dashed because I found out this man is actually from Strader, Illinois, and he brought the pumpkin to Wisconsin to show it off.
It's a carpetbagger.
So, this is kind of my impassioned plea to anyone who happens to grow pumpkins for fun and listen to podcasts. You gotta do one for old Wisconsin. Bucky Badger needs that title, man. He needs the world's
starring
biggest
Leanna Quigley. This movie suddenly got more interesting.
All right.
But yeah, like Cody said, we are putting the onus on you, the listener, to embody the spirit of Big Ass Pumpkin Day and give Wisconsin its own Big Ass Pumpkin.
I don't want to borrow one from Illinois. I don't want to see some Iowanian, or whatever they call themselves, walking in with a big-ass pumpkin. I want that pumpkin to be from Wisconsin.
Cody, why don't you grow your own big-ass pumpkin?
I don't have enough backyard for it.
Well, how big does the pumpkin need to be?
Have you seen the size of these pumpkins?
Wow.
Oh, it's going to be this kind of movie. See, my question really isn't how big does the pumpkin have to be, it's how small is your backyard?
Well, because we have a pond, there pretty much is no backyard. It's one of the bad parts about renting.
Do you have a roof?
Yeah.
I know you have a roof because you live in a house. Is there a rooftop area where you can maybe have a roof?
The odds of him having a roof are pretty.
Oh, no. There's someone who lives in the. There's an apartment above us.
I swear to God, I thought you were going to say there's somebody who lives in the attic.
No.
There's a.
I just don't go up there anymore.
There's a.
What the fuck's going on?
The way the apartments are stacked, there's a guy right above us in a separate house, so I do not have access to the roof.
Does he have access to the roof? Could he maybe grow the big ass pumpkin for him?
Maybe, but that's like a 2,000 pound pumpkin. Is that good to have sitting on a roof? That's a lot of extra weight.
You could rig up a series of pulleys to bring it down.
I'm just worried about the structural integrity of the building. I don't want that pumpkin to crash through and murder someone on the first floor, because that could be me.
Yeah, but how much does a big ass pumpkin weigh? Especially if you haul it out first.
The one that won was over 2,000 pounds.
Oh, Jesus.
That's a big-ass pumpkin.
Mm.
And if Cody is going to do anything, he's going to try to outdo that. So.
Well, I don't want to make the world's second largest pumpkin. What a waste of time. I want the world's biggest-ass pumpkin.
I mean, I can get behind that.
Good. I want a pumpkin so large I can use it to reenact Indiana Jones. I just want to push it down like a giant boulder and have it chase after neighborhood kids.
Well, that's why you put it on the roof. Also, that was the worst nursery rhyme I have ever heard in my life.
Hickory dickory dock, etc. Done.
I'm pretty sure I've been in this neighborhood. That's how generic it is.
Meanwhile, in Whiteville.
No, she doesn't look like Gina. She doesn't look like Gina Davis anymore.
I don't understand what any of these scenes have to do with each other. Like, are we in the story now? Like, is this a flashback in a flashback? Was the other flashback a dream?
Yeah,
no letting us.
It's like I'm watching the discreet charm of the bourgeoisie.
Oh, wait,
Look.
Fred Olen Ray did not direct this film. He wrote it and produced it. But I do want to go over some movies Fred Olen Ray is known for.
You're just going to give us a long list of porn titles now, aren't you?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Let's see, because I'm going to skip over his non-porn movies, because who cares? Though, I mean, unless you want me to mention Abner the Invisible Dog. Busty Housewives of Beverly Hills, Baby Dolls Behind Bars, Dirty Blondes from Beyond, The Teeny Weeny Bikini Squad, Sexual Witchcraft, Bikini Time Machine, Lady Chatterley's Ghost.
No, hold on. Do you think the Bikini Time Machine is a time machine that's made to look like a bikini set?
Yes.
So you put on the bikini and you end up in like the 1400s?
Yes.
You immediately contract the plague.
Bikini Jones in the Temple of Eros. Bikini Frankenstein.
No!
Bikini Royale 2.
Okay, that's just going too far.
Bikini Frankenstein?
Why does
So,
I play
like-
God with this bikini?
The Girl from Bikini. Super Ninja Bikini Babes, Bewitched Housewives.
I'm sensing a theme.
Nuclear Hurricane.
I
What?
thought you were going to say nuclear bikini.
Wait, Nuclear Hurricane's a porno?
No, I just felt like throwing that in there because it was dramatic.
Oh, okay.
Genie in a String Bikini, The Bikini Escort Company, Bikini Roundup, Bikini Chain Gang, Bikini A-Go-Go, Tomb of the Werewolf, Bikini Airwaves, 13 Erotic Ghosts. Okay, what is the plot of this?
Jackal!
What is the plot of this?
I just love how on the nose that is.
The post.
Porn 13 ghosts.
I really like the idea, or just the way it rolls off the tongue, but
Oh
Genie
my.
in a G-string bikini? Like,
Okay,
whew.
the 13 Erotic Ghosts literally do use the goggles from the 13 Ghosts remake to see the ghosts.
Oh my
And it's in 3D. Okay, the special goggles, they see that the ghosts are constantly engaging in lesbian sex, which gets everyone horny. That is the plot summary for this film. That is amazing.
Well, it makes sense to me.
Did he later follow that up with Halloween as a porno?
No, Halloween Bikini.
See,
Genie in a
when
Halloween bikini.
you give those titles, I just imagine, like, Michael in a bikini, and that's not sexy. That's possibly more disturbing than just the white mask.
Wow.
They pull the mask off of Michael, he's got one of those giant woolly mustaches.
God, can you imagine sexy Halloween? Just Loomis just oiling himself up in every scene.
I shot my load 6 times!
Was that your dick? Yes, I do believe it was.
Dun, 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 dun.
It just cuts around to all the spots where he came.
He could come on you, or you, or you.
See, if this were me, I would have that sign up all year round. Why is this movie randomly cutting to fog? Like, is it going to
They
be
had one fog machine, that was all the production value they could afford.
What the hell? What is going on?
I told you we wouldn't be able to understand Jacko without full attention.
I don't think we can understand it with full attention.
This is a deep,
Search for the
nuanced
three-eyed
mythology,
raven.
come on.
What is this? What is going
Should we just read, like, the Wikipedia entry?
Might as well. I mean, I guess we don't want to spoil ourselves.
There's a general synopsis that doesn't give away the ending. So, the film details the Kelly family living in the fictional town of Oakmore Crossing, just before and during Halloween. The family, consisting of Father David, Mother Linda, and son Sean, live a normal suburban life, but are eventually visited by a stranger who identifies herself as Vivian Machin. Both the Machins and the Kellys have a long ancestral history in Oakmore Crossing, and Vivian reveals that one of the Kellys' ancestors hanged a supposed warlock named Walter Machin. And apparently this causes a pumpkin-headed demon
Fair enough.
from hell to take revenge on the Kellys.
I like how many pumpkin-headed demons are in hell.
Just
So
orchards of men.
Let me get this straight. We stumbled backwards into the ripoff of Pumpkinhead.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a thought. So that is a kind of a disturbing thought. I mean, what if every pumpkin you see is actually a demon, like, trying to claw its way out of hell, and it just gets stuck, like, at the shoulders? Jacko!
No, that's my cousin.
Oh, Jacko just looks spectacular. Oh, wait, the director of this movie, the actual director, Steve Latshaw, let's go over some movies that he has directed. And there's not many. But the last movie he was directed was in 2012, Return of the Killer Shrews.
No!
Ooh.
And that is a reference for all you Mystery Science Theater fans.
I missed that show.
He also directed Biohazard, The Alien Force. The movie within the movie footage in Bikini Drive-In. Dr. X's Cinemondo, which was just an episode of that TV series. Vampire Trailer Park.
Ooh, no.
It was going to be my novella. I'm pissed now.
Everyone's being so handsy with this kid.
Yeah, I don't like where this is going.
Oh, I for some reason I thought that was going to be like spooky, like eyes or something.
Spooky eyes. The boy's got spooky eyes. Look out.
I actively want something to happen in this movie as opposed to what's on the screen. Wait, is that Tommy from the No.
I was thinking Keanu.
Whoa. Okay, so he checked that flashlight by looking directly into it.
Was this about to turn into like a weird version of the Doom generation?
Oh wow, Johnny Depp and Courtney Cox lookalikes.
I know, I was about to say. But everyone
So
in
was
this
that
movie
John
looks like
Cusack,
somebody
then?
else.
We got the Jacko doppelgangers. This is like the generics.
Okay, how terrible of a filmmaker do you have to be? Obviously, they didn't have the money for a wood set. So how do you make the actual woods look like a fake set?
I just like the idea that we're essentially watching the porn parody of a movie that doesn't exist. But they just don't have any porn.
I don't even see any bikinis. This guy was really trying for something different this time.
This ain't Jacko.
I mean, they could at least do something similar to 13 Erotic Ghosts, but...
We should just watch 13 Erotic.
Now that you've said that, we're probably prophesized to eventually do that, and I don't like that idea.
No, I've seen autofocus, no.
Personally, I'm more interested in Phantasm with boners.
So when they do a porn parody movie like that, what's the standard? Do they try and get actors that look a little bit like the actors from the real film? Is there a Tony Shalhoub in 13 Erotic Ghosts?
I know the Scrubs porn parody had a dude who just looks like the janitor from Scrubs. It was terrifying. I always wonder just who is watching that, like, with their dick out. Oh yeah, time to crank it to Scrubs.
Listen, who doesn't like Sarah Chalk?
She is a very pretty lady.
She is.
And John C. McGinley. Oh.
So when do you think Jacko's going to show up?
Never. I bet it's going to be a figment of everyone's... Oh, God. See, this movie's so bad, I'm not sure if this guy's actually dead or if it's one of those gotcha kind of dead. Because I wouldn't put it past the movie just to have a character lie down and pretend to be dead that way.
Everyone is secretly a funny guy.
Not even like... just like the effects would be so poor, they just have a guy lying down and that's dead.
They really need to do a horror movie that's post-apocalyptic where slashers have wiped out the entire population of the Earth except for the survivor girls.
Yes.
Only living beings on the planet are survivor girls.
And there's
Survivor
communities of
Girl
slashers.
World.
It's basically Mad Max Fury Road, but with slashers.
That would be the tits. That actually, that's a fantastic premise.
Imagine fucking Leatherface with his boys. Do not become addicted to the chainsaws.
I really like this premise. This would be fantastic. Just imagine like roving gangs of Freddy Kruegers and Michael Voorhees. Boy. Jason Voorhees.
Jason gets his eyes shot out, and he just like gets twin Uzis. Wait, Kinnison?
It is Dr. Cadaver's Monster Movie Madness.
Starring Kinnison.
Can we watch that movie?
I
I want to watch the movie they're watching. Yeah, that looks awesome.
What is it with really bad movies and the movie within a movie actually looking good?
We have the same thing with Troll 2.
This is a movie where a guy passes a bowl of grapes to a little boy and says, "Grapes!"
Use your special eyes to see they're just grapes.
Hey, wait a minute. There's no, you have to go with a baguette sticking out of the bag, not just a loaf of bread.
What kind of cheap-ass movie is this?
Although it's apparently Wonder Bread, so they must have paid for some
What
rights.
a game show all of a sudden.
Oh, I thought they were like gonna build a bomb like Kyle Reese. Okay, also, is this chick mentally ill?
Maybe. She's giving the crazy eyes.
Like, what the hell is going on there?
Those are the biggest eyes I've ever seen.
She's really freaking me the fuck out.
She's trying to suck my soul out with her eyeballs.
She's the real Jacko. That's something I haven't even considered. It's entirely possible that one of the characters in this movie is secretly Jacko. It's like The Thing. Anyone could be Jacko at any time.
Bum bum.
I just
Bum,
realized
bum.
another wrinkle for our Planet of the Survivor Girls.
What do you got?
There's only one man left alive, and it's the guy from A Nightmare on Elm Street 2.
It's Jesse?
Yes. Oh, did you guys fucking hear the documentary that's trying to get kickstarted?
No.
Documentary about A Nightmare on Elm Street 2. I think it's literally called The Gayest Movie Ever Made.
Oh, I did see something briefly on that, but I didn't look into it.
If that can't get funded, I don't know what will. Oh my god, all these plot points are finally coming together. It's like a Robert Altman movie.
I'm still stuck on this idea of Survivor Girl World, but I just think that's, if they ever get around to Freddy vs. Jason 2, that's the way it should be done.
Yes.
Nothing in continuity, it's just the end of the world and only slashers remain.
Like, can you imagine them? Like, could you imagine them just working together as a team? Like, Freddy, they're asleep. Go into their dreams.
It becomes a heist film for their souls.
Exactly.
And then post-credit sequence. A spaceship lands. Ripley bursts out.
Actually, that's what I want for the Cabin in the Woods sequel. They actually do just end the world and only the Survivor Girls are left.
Well,
I like they smash cut to softcore porn.
wow, this is just softcore porn.
Jesus.
This is jack off, isn't it?
Jack off lantern.
Listen, when you cast Leanna Quigley,
I mean, I can't fault their logic.
and then just cuts away.
Who was that strange, beautiful woman?
Here's a brief interview with Leanna Quigley caressing herself naked in the shower.
Moving on. That was like a Family Guy crash cut. What the hell was that?
Was she even cast in this movie, or did they just have a footage of Lana Quigley showering?
Back to Leanna Quigley showering. What the hell? This is the weirdest fucking thing.
I love Leanna Quigley's weird niche in these movies of just showing up to be naked and then leaving.
This is going on for a very long amount of time. It's kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Okay, what the fuck?
See, I'm really confused because I thought Jacko went straight to DVD and TV. Apparently not to TV.
Eric Roberts?
I mean, I kind of feel like you could remove that scene pretty easily in another cut.
No, that's essential to the plot.
It has really upped my interest in the film.
The film was straight to TV and video, according to the Wikipedia page. So
Wait,
they filmed this knowing they were not going to theaters. And they're like, let's just put a bunch of nude scenes in that we'll have to cut.
Oh, they do that. They still do that with direct-to-video movies.
Yeah, but those, there's an actual video market for those, whereas this, I'm assuming, was going to cable where they wouldn't be able to show most of it.
Oh, also, I forgot to mention, Trash is taking her clothes off again.
Oh, yeah.
Also, is Lana Quigley's place just a hotel room?
Yes. Yes, it is.
That just makes it seem more porno-like.
If only she picked up the phone and the lady on the other end just said, "Show's over, Trash."
I'm really disappointed in myself because the movie's called Jacko, and I didn't get to reach for the low-hanging fruit and make a Michael Jackson joke at any point.
Well, now you just ruined it for yourself.
Yeah,
no, it's too late. The appeal's already gone halfway into the movie to make a Jacko joke.
He hasn't even shown up yet.
That's true and kind of surprising. But I feel like that's something you have to do as soon as the title comes up. So I'd like to apologize to the listeners for not making jokes about Michael Jackson being a horrifying monster.
Look. Billie Jean is not his lover. All right?
Truer words were never spoken, MB.
Why are we just smash-cutting two white people?
What the hell is going on?
Pure white trash.
So is that going to be like a jack-o'-lantern monster at any point, or?
They're establishing pathos, MB.
I mean, we're only
They established
26 minutes into
Leon
the
and
film.
Quigley. That's.
I'm hoping she just showers throughout the entire movie. Like she fights Jacko while showering.
I would not be opposed to that. Would anyone here be opposed to that?
It seems like you get awkward.
You are too old for that, kid.
Yep.
Yeah, he's like 13.
He's still got his teddy bear. He's got to get tucked in. This kid needs to stop being such a little bitch.
Okay, so
is he in a bunk bed?
Yes, his dad
His
sleeps
no
up
brother.
top. It's very disturbing. All right, going back to our Planet of the Survivor Girls idea, who would be the Survivor Girl that joins everyone together in one final last stand against the
Jamie Lee
slashers?
Curtis.
Yeah.
I thought
You got to
so.
go with the elder.
Well, no. She would actually be the one that's reluctant to get back into the game. Like, she's living her life out in the quiet.
Oh, so it's like current Jamie Lee Curtis. Like she has an eye patch.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, she's like, it's almost like her Dark Knight Returns, where she doesn't want to get back into the life of the Survivor Girl, but events happen to force her into the plot.
I like the idea of Jamie Lee Curtis being the Obi-Wan Kenobi of this world.
All right, now here's a wrinkle. Who's the Survivor Girl that falls to the side of the slashers?
Scout Taylor Compton from Halloween 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
That actually makes perfect sense.
Now I'm just imagining the wandering Survivor Girls, like trying to find the Survivor Girl camp. And they just see a girl in a prom dress, like running around the desert saying, "Oh no, I've smoked all this pot and had premarital sex. Someone save me." And whenever she sees that they don't stab her, she goes, "La, la, 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 la," and they all come out of hiding.
Here's a question. Okay, this is a question for Cody exclusively. What would Sydney's role be in this?
See, originally I was kind of thinking the Jamie Lee Curtis thing because, in Scream 3, she goes into hiding. and it gets drawn back into the action after a certain point. However, in Scream 4, we get that wrinkle where she's trying to get over her fears and be very public about it. You know, she's writing her book. She's always doing the self-help kind of thing where she's, you know, doing the phone calls with, you know, abuse victims. So I feel like she'd definitely be a helper. She could be kind of a sage role. Maybe not the Jamie Lee Curtis wise elder getting back in the game, but she would be the person actively seeking out other people to bring them into the fold of Survivor Girls.
I could see her as like the Furiosa type of.
She's when pushed, she always fights back. She's not just going to roll over.
Yeah,
she is Carrie White's super bitch.
Oh no! Someone apparently just got attacked by Jacko. Or a claw. It's hard to tell what it was. No one actually got hurt. Oh, pumpkin face.
I love how Jacko's just a dude running around.
Who's afraid of crosses.
Also, wow, he went down quickly. Oh, I like the idea of there being a scene in this world of Survivor Girls where there is a chick in a prom dress who's calling them for help, but the band of Survivor Girls approach her, but they start getting taken down by the girl because it's the chick from the Loved Ones. She starts taking a drill to their heads and shit.
That'd be fascinating. Yeah, the actual bad guy in the movie is just a rogue final girl.
My God, what a concept! Oh, it's fucking Angela from Sleepaway Camp.
Yes,
she's back.
Never expect her. You all be good, apocalypse campers.
I swear to God, this has to be a thing we do now. Like, we all have to co-write this.
I imagine they all live in like a survivor camp that's actually a wooden cabin near a lake.
It's the only place that feels like home to them.
They're actually like at Camp Blood. Now, real question. Leslie Vernon. Whose side is he on?
I just want to point out that that Jacko coming alive looks exactly like the troll from Ernest Scared Stupid coming alive.
It does.
It does. It really does.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh no, the cross is on fire.
Isn't that just a scene from Pumpkinhead?
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like he'd be rogue. He'd be like the Scorpion or something of that. He wouldn't be on any particular side.
Yeah, he would be like the Catwoman, where it's like he starts off maybe bad, but then he appears kind of good at the end.
He just wants to see it all unfold.
See, he's an interesting guy to me because he's the guy who wants to be a slasher.
What the hell is going on? And why is Snape there? I don't understand.
What does any of this have to do with Jack-o'-lantern?
Anyway, Leslie Vernon,
Oh, right.
You getting back on topic to the fake movie we're making. Watch this one.
We have a good idea. Let's not drop it. I like the idea. Yeah, fantasy theater. I like the idea of Leslie Vernon kind of being an edge character. I mean, if you watch Behind the Mask, you can tell he's definitely into the slasher thing. He wants to be one of them. But he does so with a good purpose. He's just kind of confused. Oh, I think I saw some ketchup finally.
Dun dun.
Well, Leslie feels like he's also bringing balance to the universe.
Right. So if you're in a Final Girl universe where there's no balance at all slashers, I feel like he would be operating on the other way around. He would be the rogue monster that ends up helping the good guys.
Leslie believes in empowering the Final Girls as much as the slashers. So in a world where the ratio is skewed that much, he would totally be on the Final Girls side.
I think so. He'd be like the Reverse Flash. He just wants to make them better by making their lives terrible.
Exactly. It does fit in. Alright, here's my addition to this mythology. Chucky still exists, but he no longer inhabits the body of the Chucky doll. He inhabits the tall man's sphere, and they're a duo.
Yeah.
My God.
That'd be cool.
He is trying to avenge his bride.
Yes. They bond over the united hatred of little boys.
some reason I really get a kick out of the idea that these slashers all have, like, acolytes. Just normal dudes who decide, well, it's the end of the world, might as well follow the slasher.
Wait. Okay, here's a plot wrinkle that we kind of have to go over. If the tall man is involved in this, then who's his survivor girl?
Well,
It's Reggie.
oh yeah, they find Reggie. Reggie's still alive.
He's got the fucking ice cream truck. He's the last man alive.
Reggie's the last man besides Leslie Vernon.
No, he's like for Lawrence Fishburne in Predators. Like he's living
Yes,
like, in the outback, insane.
Yeah, well, they think the last man alive is Jesse from Nightmare on Elm Street 2, but Reggie's still alive out there, surviving. The kid from Phantasm, per kind of the ending of Phantasm 4, Oblivion, has fallen to the dark side.
Well, we don't know how Ravager's going to turn out.
Listen, he probably left that in the back of a taxi by now. It's never going to happen.
That's true.
Also,
we did see a trailer for that like 2 years ago.
Yes.
Also,
I know
he technically died in the movie, but can we just have Joanna Man in it?
Yes. He was brought back by that dead Arnuki beast.
Do we think Ash would be involved in this universe, or is he too busy killing demons? I feel like he could just show up and leave just through magic in the Necronomicon.
I feel like Ash would be like, he would have fallen right before this. Like, he was the last bastion of hope that they had, and he fell.
I see there's like a giant cave mural of him somewhere that they'll lovingly walk by.
Yes.
I feel like Ash is like Green Lantern in every future DC story. Like, he's just like written away as being on another world somewhere.
Ash has an actual castle that he's cleared out of slashers. He just sits on his throne with a giant chainsaw watching.
Mia's still totally there because, once again, Survivor Girl.
Gene Simmons?
He's got to make money somehow, and music isn't getting it done.
Who are these characters?
Who doesn't like bikes? I love bikes.
They were being called white trash 20 minutes ago. What I want to know is, where is Leanna Quigley in all this?
I know,
Still showering.
let's cut back to her.
And who is she, and why does she exist in this movie?
The world may never
You know
know.
why she exists in this movie.
For a second, I thought that kid was wearing the hockey mask upside down. And that would have just been alright with this movie.
Our son is being abducted by Eric Roberts.
Well, we'll
come
never
back with
see
my
him
boy,
again.
Bicycle Man.
I've abandoned my child! I've abandoned my boy!
Then the theme from Renegade just starts playing.
Wow, this is a leisurely motorcycle ride.
It's
for the kid.
Danger.
Let's go ride around in circles in a cul-de-sac.
Suburbs.
Acting. At least Jacko gave us...
What's that noise? I've never heard a motorcycle before.
Well, she is insane.
Is that some kind of duck?
I also enjoyed that. Get off that bike right now. It's still running.
Also, why is Leanna Quigley here but wearing clothes? What's the point?
Why was
Yeah, I
Leanna
celebrate all the Leanna Quigleys.
Why was Leanna Quigley never Harley Quinn?
She really is very Harley-ish. Rather nice. Also, why does this movie look like it was made in 1984?
It does.
Probably shelved that long.
That is the weakest Dracula costume I've ever
Yeah,
seen.
go fuck yourself. That's a normal shirt.
I hope that guy dies just because
And
he's wearing a
we've seen-
shitty Dracula costume.
Hey, we've seen Dylan McDermott as Dracula, so we're saying something.
Yeah, Ben made a better Dracula. Think about that.
I think he's wearing a sheriff's star, actually, as the Count
Is he
Metal.
using a Game Gear? Radical. Anyway.
That's a game.
He has Game Genie installed.
Hello, 1995. Nice to see you again.
The Star of David.
Yeah. It'd be amazing if we just heard the sound effects for Sonic Adventure 2 or something.
So I'd like to imagine that in the Final Girl universe, a group of them drive around in the mystery machine that's just decked out to face the end of the world.
Yes.
Oh my, that's amazing.
It looks just like that rig they have at the end of Snyder's Dawn of the Dead.
Yes,
Like it has
exactly.
chainsaws built into the side.
Oh,
Yes.
please say that everyone in the Scooby Gang died except for Velma.
Yeah, it's like she's like their oracle.
Like she wears like swatches of each of their costumes on her arm or something.
She's got an ascot on.
Oh, she's
Yeah.
got the ascot tied around her forehead like a bandana.
Yes.
Jinkies, we need you.
Oh, we missed Dr. Cadaver's Mystery House Hour.
Okay.
She's wearing Scooby's collar.
Yes.
She's totally punk now.
Okay, I got an idea for the MacGuffin of this movie. The item they have to, they get word of and they have to find. The fable item that can kill the unkillable.
Necronomicon?
No. The dagger the original Survivor girl Mina Harker used to behead Dracula.
Yes.
It has been soaked in Dracula's blood and can kill the likes of Jason Voorhees and Freddy Krueger and all of them.
So when we're doing slashers, we're not having any of the Universal monsters? We're not going to have any, like, Gilmans running around?
I feel like
they were wiped out by the slashers in The Purge.
They were part of this universe, though? At some point there was, like, mummies walking around who just got their asses kicked?
Yeah, they were the ancient ones.
I say like 70s onward.
I do kind of like the idea of the new wave of slashers treating the old wave of slashers as the old ones. They've got temples of worship.
Yes.
There's a temple of Dracula. God, and the self-proclaimed leader of this apocalypse world of slashers is the Silent King, Michael Myers, sitting on his fucking throne with his like ancient weathered mask.
He is known only as the Shape.
Yes.
He's wearing like a leather, like weird steampunk version of his jumpsuit.
And like the mask just looks like the mask in Halloween 2. Like it's barely held together, it's stitched up.
He's got that big-ass beard underneath the mask.
Just sits there unmoving.
Like Leatherface actually doesn't. Oh, that's just porn.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why is the kid watching like?
They're bad parents.
This kid's not even that interested in the porn.
Is he smoking?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Where's the next DP scene? But I imagine this universe, Leatherface was like the first real victory they had in the early days of the conflict. So he's gone, but there is a cult of Leatherfaces.
The
that
rest
like
of the
all wear
Sawyer
the
clan.
flesh of their first victims.
I like the idea of them roaming around in a van, just trying to pick up people and eat them.
They're all holding chainsaws out as they drive.
Well, no, they do their tribal chainsaw dance before their murderer.
Around a campfire.
And their leader is Matthew McConaughey from The Next Generation.
Yes!
Roboto legs. Just Elvis pointing at all of their victims.
Okay, what about the guy from I Know What You Did Last Summer? Like, where would he fit in?
It's all regional, I think. Like, you know, he would be an East Coast killer, so if they happen to be in Maine or something, he'd be around. He'd have a bunch of guys following him,
So this
carrying
is like
hooks.
this is like a feudal system.
I think so. I think it's all broken down, and they more like the Warriors. Like they all have areas.
So
we
there'd be a bunch of...
can't go into any body of water. That's Jason's domain.
Yeah, pretty much. Like we can't cross over there. That's Voorhees country.
But if you actually go into the water, the fog gets you.
No. A shark fin rises up. Dun, 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 dun.
I like how
So the
insanely
water is
lethal
just-
this world is. There's Jaws, there's leather faces, everything is out there poisonous. There's big feet in the woods.
Big feet.
And the ultimate killer, bringing this back around, they, in a final desperate act, as the Survivor girls start rallying up like victories and stuff, they summon Pumpkinhead.
Yes.
No one is that concerned.
That's why it's so brilliant. Nobody expects Pumpkinhead.
Nobody expects Pumpkinhead.
God, the finale is Pumpkinhead wielding the blade of Mina Harker in a knockdown, drag-out battle with Michael Myers in an abandoned church.
Do we have Pinhead in this universe? Because I feel like he...
Yeah, Pinhead's totally in this universe.
Like he's watching. Win my favor.
Pinhead has his own castle on the other side of the country, and he's just pissed off that Michael is around.
Okay, we have to have joining the side of the good guys, the survivor girls, Julia, skinless Julia.
Yes.
Yes.
She's not really good. She's just working her own angle here.
Also, can the Shape, Michael Myers, be located in the capital of slasher world, Haddonfield?
Yes.
He's built up the Myers house as like this fucking temple that he's located in.
I for some reason I have this image in my head of Michael Myers sitting inside the White House, like in the Oval Office.
The ultimate Manchurian candidate. Like he picks up the red phone.
Fucking behind Michael's throne, he has his sister's tombstone.
Yes. Like he has an iron throne made of butcher knives.
A throne of knives and a crown of bones. I like it.
Oh god, every single mask from every one of the films is sitting adjacent to the actual throne.
It's kind of like in the remake where he had all the masks in his insane asylum room.
Oh,
This is a terrible movie, by the way.
It is. Just don't bother watching Jacko. If you're at home, just don't fucking bother.
Yeah, we're 46 minutes in, and nothing's happened.
They got the fog machine working.
We've plotted out a hell of a movie.
That's true. I think we got a great series.
Showering is the most action this movie has seen so far.
Yeah,
I did approve of that scene. I have to say. Once again, this is straight up porn.
Drink this alcohol, young child.
I wish Vincent Price were still alive so he could be in the movie.
Wow, she is looking at that chick with just the crazy eyes.
I told you, man. Those are some intense crazy eyes. Since I'm not that interested in talking about the movie, I started watching Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated recently.
Oh, that show is the shit.
It's pretty darn good. I really enjoy the fact that they brought back Vincent Van Ghoul.
Yes, Mike and I have been working through season 1. And, well, I've already seen season 1, but Mike hasn't. We haven't seen season 2 yet, which seems to get even crazier.
I just started watching season 2. I don't want to give spoilers. It makes me sad.
God, how amazing is the Fright Night parody with Vincent Van Ghoul, where the abominable Dr. Phobos shows up.
Yep. Or how they see Scrappy and just, no, we agreed to never talk about this.
And the Silence of the Lambs. Insane asylum for criminally insane animals. Where there's a Magneto prison housing Shadow Scooby. And it all comes back to Louis Black and Vivica A. Fox.
As most things tend to do.
And H.P. Hatecraft.
Box Office Pulp recommends Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated, currently streaming on Netflix.
Box Office Pulp does not recommend Jacko. Unless you have a death wish and need something to give you that edge.
Coincidentally, Box Office Pulp does recommend Jacko for himself.
Oh, I like how that kid was just laid back a second ago. With his honeys.
More bitches, more money, more problems.
Look how many times you've said that on this fucking podcast.
It's my mantra.
Wait, when did a traveling gang of mimes enter this?
Just now.
It's the Jokers.
sure they are.
I'm confused why he has a plate underneath his TV dinner, considering it's in a plate already.
Neatness. So I like just the random cutaways to the white people watching proto-Fox News.
So in the Survivor Girl world, could we get videos of Randy telling them how to survive?
Yeah.
He was murdered years ago, and this is what he left as his legacy.
It's like Jor-El, training Superman and Richard Donner's. There's
Randy
thousands and
tapes.
thousands of Randy videos. Today we're gonna talk about morality.
Wait.
Randy
Do we
vaults.
want to go with Randy or Edgar Frog?
I feel like there's both. I feel like Frog would have written a tome though
Yeah.
that just says on the front, "Pray you never need to read this."
There's a Survivor Girl library where they go and they have all these articles and stuff put up.
Oh, I like how we're essentially doing a way cooler version of a future season of Scream Queens.
Did anyone watch the pilot for that? Was it okay?
I
I know someone.
was in another room where it was playing and just overheard 10 minutes of it, and it just sounds like Glee, but there's a killer.
I know someone who watched it. She seemed to like it.
I know one guy who watched it and just loved it, and he's a pretty big horror fan, so that made me optimistic. But everything I've seen so far makes it look terrible.
Box Office Pulp is mixed on Scream Queens.
That show none of us will ever watch.
Yeah.
Hey, Jacko.
Oh, huh.
Oh yeah, there is a pumpkin killer in this film.
About an hour in, yes, there is.
Because this is Thriller Night.
That was a great reaction.
Ooh, my hubcap.
She literally cutting white bread.
Uh-huh.
Jesus.
I like his
Oh.
scream. Ooh.
Oh, by the way, we should probably mention there's an audio commentary for this that you can listen to on YouTube.
Yes.
Is there?
Yeah.
The director?
Yeah.
From the director and writer.
Yes, that's where Fred Olin Ray is.
I have no interest in what either of them have to say.
Yep, gonna pass.
I imagine it's just two old men chain smoking while talking about Leanna Quigley's tits.
So what we're doing right now?
So I said to Richard,
Yeah.
I said, how can we get more knockers in this film? And he gave me one name.
What the
Quigley.
hell?
So, for those of you watching at home, a woman just tripped on a rug and plunged her butter knife into a toaster where she was electrocuted and then turned into a plastic-looking skeleton dummy.
For 5 minutes straight.
It's still running. It's still
Yeah,
running.
You can't take credit for that.
She died Final Destination style.
Jacko didn't do shit. He was actually outside the house when this
She
happened.
tripped over the rug.
Although I will say they did set this up. She was shocked by the toaster a scene ago and did trip on the rug earlier.
That is how I would die in one of these movies.
Not even killed by the slasher.
I have to say that was the best scene in the movie. Well, second best.
Okay, this guy just takes circles in his goddamn motorcycle.
He's never left that cul-de-sac.
The world outside is scary. I like my road.
He's a suburban agoraphobic. Like, if we didn't have the quick stop right around the corner, I'd starve. I like her Leanna Quigley costume she's wearing.
I know.
Does she have a Q belt?
Did Jacko learn how to write?
Oh god, no, she stabs him.
That was the worst jump scare I've ever seen in my life, and I've seen some bad ones.
You've been involved in some.
Well, you do like to throw cats at people when they're investigating strange noises in the house.
That is, everyone's got to have a hobby.
It wasn't fun when you did it to me, though. I still have scars.
Well, I was more concerned with the poop, but, it was worth it.
Yeah, I guess it's true. It could have been worse.
Do you think that's like an actual job someone has in the movie business? Like, they just have to throw cats at people in horror movies? Because the cats don't naturally jump around, they can't be trained like dogs?
Like, it's the scare version of a fluffer.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
It's a fat guy wearing a Phantom of the Opera mask.
That's Mike at Halloween every year. That dude was channeling, like, the lunch lady from Billy Madison. I know how you boys like 'em. Nice and sloppy.
So he went from driving around the cul-de-sac, now the biker is in the middle of the woods. He just took his bike into the middle of the woods. There's not even a road, he just went off course.
Also, is this dude in his late 40s?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Are they just going to keep pulling away from one another? At least there's more nudity.
Leanna Quigley runs in topless. No!
No, it was in my contract. No other boobs.
She plays the body double for everyone.
So it's filmed like it's softcore porn. Meanwhile, Jacko's just watching. The close-up.
Her boobs look so concerned. Like, they should have just, like, had an extreme close-up of her nipples suddenly going soft.
Oh.
Jacko is sexually confused.
Also, Jacko looked like he was ready to attack. Did he just lose interest halfway through that strut?
Proceed.
Okay, Jacko, did you end up in a completely different place?
He teleported by accident.
Jacko is a bit lost.
Oh god, can it be a plot point in Survivor World that the girls managed to gain control of the Jason Voorhees Unreality engine and use it to teleport around? Like Jinkies is able to, like, hack the grid on that. They take Jason's power away from him.
Here's the biggest question, though. Who is Ghostface?
I think that's actually where you get your twist.
Yeah.
The final girl who has betrayed the rest of the final girls is Ghostface.
Ooh.
God damn it, Scout.
Exactly. She's the one under the mask. However, okay. So we could have Ghostface running around the area picking people off, like they've got a traitor inside the ranks, or you wouldn't see Ghostface until the end when she switches sides and everyone knows she's on the slasher side. There's possibilities.
I feel like Ghostface would be the rival hacker to Jinkies. Like, he would just call her and, like, I've taken control of your whole grid. This is one of those movies where hacking is just a series of grids. It's very 90s that way.
I imagine there'd be no electricity. It's got to be like a whole bunch of darkness and random chains.
Like, Ghostface is the clock king to her Felicity Smoke.
I like how Jacko stopped to eat.
There was a split second where I thought that was a glory hole. They were just going to have his pumpkin dick out there for them to grab.
Hey, kids,
You
grab my
are a
board.
monster.
See, I have to say, Cody, I respect you holding back and not just making it the return of Stu.
I mean, I would love that, but I know no one else wants Stu.
Hey, we all want Stu, okay?
I still think that would have been an amazing twist on the Scream TV series.
Just boom, Stu.
Stu was the killer. And all the kids that are watching the show would be so confused, like, who's this guy?
Stu would fuck up the mask.
It just melted. You put it in the microwave to dry it off. Oh no! Oh, my fans are gonna be so mad at me.
I mean, he did say he would be back, so.
So in the official novelization of Survivor World, it can be a subplot that there's a cult of Stu trying to bring him back to life.
A novelization?
Well, this is going to be a pop culture bonanza, MB, with all these, registered trademarks for using this movie.
It's bigger than the Avengers and more illegal because we don't have the rights to any of these, but we're doing it anyway.
It'd be terrible. There's like 19 different companies involved with the rights.
Imagine what the Kickstarter is going to be like.
Like we can just do it Cabin in the Woods style, or, instead of Pinhead, we have Fornicus, Lord of Pain and Suffering.
Well, then we get in trouble with Cabin in the Woods.
We
don't even make up our own knockoffs. We just use that.
We just use other knockoffs from other movies.
We have the little ballerina with the tooth face.
No Jacko, though. Jacko is not in our movie.
Well, I imagine there'd be like a group of pumpkin-themed slashers that are they're like the Jawas in A New Hope. Like they're scavengers. Like they're shunned by the mainstream slasher community.
And they're all led by the killer from the town who dreaded sundown.
Yeah, like Jack Frost and Pinocchio are in there. Like all the really like the Ginger Dead Man is there just feeding them with his own body.
Very easy.
Oh, could you imagine one of the Survivor girls gets knocked out and then wakes up in a gothic French mansion surrounded by puppets?
No!
I love that. The world that we're creating, we have to have like the craziest prologue.
It has the biggest opening crawl of all time.
Like just trying to get all this world set up, you'd have to have this huge... You'd have to do it like Army of Darkness, where there's like a 5-minute section in the beginning where you're like, what the hell? Okay, so he's traveling in time. He cut off his hand. We're not going to elaborate on any of it. We're just going to roll with it.
So far, all I'm getting from this movie is it's a really mediocre Halloween.
This movie's still going?
Yeah.
It still has like 30 minutes left.
Oh, God.
They padded this out like I've never seen anything padded out.
This is almost as bad as Silent Night, Deadly Night.
No. This has Leanna Quigley naked. Silent Night, Deadly Night just had Leanna Quigley.
Oh yeah, I forgot she was in that too. She did have the best death in that movie.
She did.
That's not saying much.
I like how Leanna Quigley is like the Hail Mary pass you make when your movie is just not working. I just edit her in after the fact.
That'll fix it.
Give that Quigley touch.
Oh. Who is this motorcycle man?
Did you take my kid again?
Like he's that kid's real father. Okay, I can't tell if her jeans are shredded because that was the fashion, or if she's supposed to be a mummy.
Both.
She's a fashionable mummy.
Yeah, she's a 90s mummy.
Oh, yeah, it's the baseball cap backwards. King Radentip.
How is that not a Dr. McNinja character? How?
No, there's totally a mummy in Dr. McNinja.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
He's the mayor of Cumberland.
Mm-hmm. I've stopped following that series. I feel like I should catch up.
Oh, it's still top notch. They're in the final act right now.
Oh, he's actually wrapping it up?
Oh yeah, with President Radical.
I assume that's something he's just going to do for the rest of his life, but I didn't think he had an endpoint.
Oh no, well he's getting like actual mainstream comic work now.
That's true. Wasn't he doing like Deadpool stuff recently?
Yeah, he did that Deadpool series. He did Long Shot Saves the Marvel Universe. And now he's writing Gwenpool.
They're actually making Gwenpool? I thought that was just a fan thing.
Nope. There's gonna be a Gwenpool series.
I still don't know how that's going to work, but
It's Gwenpool. It works about as well as you imagine, I imagine.
That's gonna be written by Chris Hastings, so he's gonna think of something to do.
I like this dude casually having a conversation with Jacko.
Yeah, right?
Jacko just seems like he wants to hang out.
Why doesn't anyone want to be Jacko's bro?
It just becomes a 90s Bud Light commercial. Wow, no. Like they all pass beers to each other.
Well, she has, like, no reaction.
Ahead.
Because it doesn't even look like him. Who threw this mannequin at me? Why do I feel like Jacko, like if you watched Cabin in the Woods and looked at the erase board, like in HD, like close up, Jacko would be on there, that list. Like he'd be the ones that they were like, oh, it's Jacko again. Pay up, everybody.
I'm trying to think if there was like a pumpkin-headed monster in Cabin in the Woods somewhere. It feels like there probably had to have been one, but
There
I
must
can't.
have been.
I know there were the scarecrows that they were fairly close.
If they had the killers from The Strangers in there, they had Jacko.
Yeah, except for I actually enjoy watching The Strangers. Oh, Jacko, you sneaky bastard.
Damn it, Max Dillon, care about something other than yourself. You don't deserve those electro powers.
It was so specific.
Electro is usually what I think of when I see untrustworthy-looking electricians. Why do I feel like that monster should be confusing the Power Rangers with his raps and rhymes?
Oh, God, I just realized something. We forgot the most important Survivor girl at all. To lead everyone. Erin from You're Next.
Yes.
Well, she definitely
And
be
she's
alive.
Australian, too, so it makes sense for them to get mailed back.
An environment that's slightly less dangerous than Australia. Survivor World.
See, again, this makes me wish that Scream Queens wasn't a thing, so that would be the perfect title for this.
Queens of Scream.
So I'm just looking at
Wait,
the...
that just sounds like a sequel.
Yeah, we're already ripping off so many other things. Why not the title?
Oh, wait, I'm looking at the trivia section for this film.
Yeah, like all three facts.
Filmed in 1993. That explains why it looks like that.
They didn't know what to do with it. Well, we gotta do something. Should we release it? I don't know.
Wait, was that kid who walked past the screen dressed as an old lady?
Yes.
That or the Blue Raja?
Also acceptable.
So far, I have not been able to gather whether or not Leanna Quigley is being abusive to this child.
Yeah, it's very confusing.
So, is this woman the kid's mom or aunt or what?
I think she's a
Or is-
kidnapper lady that lives with them.
Leanna Quigley's actually his girlfriend.
I like how they couldn't afford extras in this movie, so there's no other kids trick-or-treating at any point.
There
It's
was that old
Halloween
lady.
for one kid.
He's actually the kid from that Twilight Zone episode. Like he
Not the
he conjured
cornfield.
up the Jacko to make Halloween interesting.
I'm on Leanna Quigley's IMDb page, and she has a movie coming out this year called The Unquenchable Thirst for Beau Nerjuice.
Her directorial debut.
She plays Esmeralda.
I'm surprised she's still working. I haven't seen her in anything in forever.
My God, there's a movie called Bigfoot versus D.B. Cooper. That's incredible. I'm clicking this.
No, stop him.
Oh my God, the poster is incredible. I'm sending this to you guys.
I like how we just fully abandoned the show now.
Because look at this. I do love seeing fucking Leanna Quigley battle Jacko. I like how the kid keeps his candy. Drop the fucking candy, you son of a bitch.
No, I need my sugar.
Oh God, here's another wrinkle for survival world. The official religion amongst all of the survivor girls is the Church of the Sainted Quigley. They all have Q necklaces they wear.
Yes.
Of course, Eric Roberts is in this. Hey,
Oh
for
no,
$10 I can watch on Amazon Instant Video.
This part is that poster has Leanna Quigley and Eric Roberts' name on it. Apparently they only provide voices for characters.
What? Is it animated?
No, I don't think so. No, it's not animated. Eric Roberts is Old Bernie voice, and Leanna Quigley is the stewardess voice.
They just dub over actual actors.
I like the attempt at an artistic shot there.
Why is there still movie left?
Oh, can this please end with the kid painting his face up to look like a jack-o'-lantern, then coming after him going, die, die, die. Oh God, they're going into plot.
No!
Yeah, now's the time to do that. 78 minutes into the movie. Oh, 72, sorry. It feels like 78.
No going back now. So I'm on the IMDb page for 13 Erotic Ghosts, and most of the characters in this film are credited as erotic ghosts.
Well, that makes sense. There's 13 of them.
But they're not even, differentiated with different names or numbers, just erotic ghost, erotic ghost, erotic ghost, erotic twin ghost, erotic twin ghost.
Do they amount to 13?
I don't know. Oh, there's an amazing character in this movie. His name is Ted Nightingale. That's incredible.
Is he like a demon hunter?
I want to use that for something.
I'm going to pretend that he is. I'm going to stop looking at IMDb and I'm not going to pay attention to the movie, though, because that would be a silly idea.
That would be dumb. Save yourself.
Why did we have to do this live?
I don't know.
This is my new favorite episode. We came up with Survivor Worlds.
That's true.
What would the actual
to be fair, you asked a drunk guy if it was a good idea to do a commentary. And yes.
Yeah, if we actually did a normal episode, we would have been done by now at least, but yes. We wouldn't still be watching this goddamn thing. Why is it still going? But we would have talked...
The dad just couldn't get out of his own goddamn house. He was inside and he couldn't figure out how to open the door to get outside.
How do you fuck that up?
I don't know if I've ever had that problem in any of the houses I've lived in.
Did the kid just die?
I saw some blood get splattered on a window, but I wasn't paying enough attention to tell if that was the kid. It's not blood, it was a juice box.
No!
This is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. I'm sorry.
It's pretty terrible. It's pretty terrible.
Bop in a movie, everybody.
Bop in a movie.
Bop in a movie.
Which this is not a part of.
Cornbread.
Look, I found a waxy head.
Cornbread.
Robot cum jokes. Robot cum jokes.
Big ass pumpkin. Big ass pumpkin.
I feel like the Big Ass Pumpkin song could definitely use some groovy bass beat.
Well, wait a second. They weren't even running.
No.
Jacko was just following that kid at a pleasant trot.
Yes.
Cody, what was the heavy metal version of the Big Ass Pumpkin theme again?
Do you want the music or do you want the lyrics?
The lyrics.
Okay. I'm not sure if I can just get the lyrics without trying to sing it. It comes to me as, the music does.
I mean, you could sing it if you want. It's do whatever you want, man.
It was Pumpkin Day, Pumpkin Day, Pumpkin Day, scoop out the eyes, cut out the guts, Pumpkin Day, Pumpkin Day, Pumpkin Day. And essentially just repeating that and thinking every violent thing you could do to a pumpkin. Scoop out the guts, scoop out the eyes, scoop out the guts. Pumpkin Day, Pumpkin Day, Pumpkin Day, Pumpkin Day, wow, wow, wow. Oh, Jacko's telling him to get on his knees. Don't do it, kid.
Apart from the movies we have to watch, I love Big Ass Pumpkin Day.
I love Big Ass Pumpkin Day, too.
We're getting action cross-construction. That's what this movie has come to.
Also, if I celebrate Big Ass Pumpkin Day on the 14th... Yeah, okay. If I celebrate Big Ass Pumpkin Day on the 14th, I'll be going to Los Angeles. I'll be in LA for Big Ass Pumpkin Day.
Wait,
I can
are they
spread...
about that battle? I love how this is the kind of killer Jacko is. Okay, we've gotten here. You stand there now. Jacko is the worst fucking killer ever.
He's pretty
They're
terrible.
still constructing this cross?
Also, isn't he just gonna burn it whenever they show it to him?
Alright, you get down. Wait, Jacko is going to slowly bury the child.
Yes.
That's some Edgar Allan Poe shit.
Did you hear that? No. That kid didn't give two shits. He was being buried alive.
Don't kill me.
His honest to God reaction being buried alive was, no.
What will I do to get away?
Also, it turns out a scythe is a terrible tool for, moving dirt.
Damn you, Jack-o'-lantern.
Jacko, in parentheses, lantern, question mark, close parentheses. You could,
Colon,
Jacko,
Curse of the Black Pearl.
You could at least go from the side where the dirt pile is.
God, when is one of these characters just gonna get rickets? I'm sorry, but
They've got
movie
rickets of
is
the brain.
rickets.
I want them all to get rickets.
I hate you so much, Jacko.
You suck, Jacko. Nobody likes you, Booster.
Billie Jean is not your lover.
The movie just ends with Jacko killing himself.
Surprising twist, Jacko takes off his costume and it's Box Office Pulp guy.
This was Box Office Pulp Guy's last hurrah.
Box Office Pulp guy recommends burying yourself with a scythe.
It's slow and agonizing.
Just like my love life.
Box Office Pulp Guy would kill someone by just watching while they slept on a rug and then electrocute themselves with a toaster.
Box Office Pulp had nothing to do with that one, officer.
Box Office Pulp Guy just watched. And enjoyed.
The hell just happened?
Stabbed. Someone was stabbed.
Or are you talking about the flashback?
No, I don't. I'm talking about everything at this point.
Alright.
Die, Jacko, in the flashback.
I have no peripheral vision. Ah.
Wait, did he just have a heart attack?
Yes.
Okay, because I don't care about the finale of this movie. The finale of Survivor World is that an exorcism must be performed in the church to rip out the soul of Michael Myers so that he cannot return from the grave again. So they bring out Regan from The Exorcist.
Yeah. Regan McNeil, yes.
Yes, who is like the Doctor Strange of this universe now. Like, she shows up with her briefcase and just starts spraying holy water everywhere. Power of Christ compels you, Michael.
Anytime someone brings up the word Pazuzu, she freaks out and starts having hallucinations.
Pazuzu.
It's like a trick.
Nobody knows her name. They just know her as Howdy.
Wow.
So she's like exercising Michael Myers. Like the mask is bubbling and churning like flesh in Akira. All the while, the church is like being brought down all around them. And every slasher is battling a survivor girl. Like, a girl's battling Jason, a girl is battling all of the Leatherface-I at once. Like,
Leslie swoops in for the final hit.
Reggie is battling the Tall Man and Chucky Orb.
And Chucky Orb. My new favorite addition to the show.
Like, the orb goes after him, and you can just hear Brad Dourif's overdubbed voiceover going, "Boy!" Like, the sphere goes right towards Reggie, and he wields his secret weapon, the tuning fork. Oh! They all just fucking disintegrate. And at that moment, the soul of the shape is divorced from Michael Myers. Like, that evil that has been like just piggybacking on his life force since that fateful Halloween night is removed and cast down into hell. Like, Pinhead himself wraps the spirit in chains and drags it, to face Leviathan, the Dark Master.
I like how Pinhead turns out to be like a good guy in this.
Well, Pinhead's just all about chaos.
I imagine there's got to be some scene where Pinhead's going to hell, so he just takes everyone with him.
Pretty much.
No, fuck you too.
And suddenly you see, like, baby-faced cherub Michael Myers return. It's like, my God, how long have I been evil?
Loomis shoots him 6 times in the back of the head. Out of nowhere. Loomis hasn't even been in the movie until this point.
No, a ghostly angel version of Loomis appears and puts his hand on young Michael's shoulder and ushers him off.
And like all the other slashers just explode with light. Now that their master, who has been keeping them alive, is gone.
In this universe, when Freddy fights Jason, who's the winner? And don't tell me the final girl gets in the way and solves the issue.
No, they team up back to back.
The way it
Come
should
on,
be.
Jason, let's get these bitches. Bitch. But no, those girls show him that it is them who are the real bitches. This wasn't how it was supposed to be. Like, Mia and Leslie, team up, now that the slashers are gone, to rebuild a new utopia for the survivors. And they have food aplenty because they still have the ginger dead man, who just keeps regenerating gingerbread.
Honestly, I think at the end of the whole thing, if Leslie survived, he would split off and become a slasher again, because there always has to be that balance. Be sad, melancholy idea of him walking off in the sunset to murder more teenagers. But
Leslie is like the Mad Max in this version.
Yes.
He wanders off to go to a new town to be a killer.
Falls in love with the girl, basically tells her, no, I have to go on. Yes. Goes back in the wasteland to establish more murders.
It's like the end of The Searchers. He's just standing in the doorway as all the survivor girls celebrate.
Oh god, a sequel tease.
God damn. I especially love that it's stuck on that just flashing pumpkin face for 5 minutes. It wasn't even like a jump scare. It was like this is a thing. We forgot how to turn it off.
Oh.
Okay, well, The credits
Anyway,
are rolling. This has been a terrible idea, and I hate myself. If you stuck with us through this entire thing, don't steal our ideas for Survivor World.
Yeah, this has been the Box Office Pulp commentary for Survivor World.
Coming to a theater near you never. Maybe in your memory palace. I don't know. But I'm going to say get out of here. You don't have to stick around for like the next... How many minutes of credits? Oh, God, there's like 4 minutes
Too
of credits.
many.
Don't stick around for these credits with us. I'm sending you home. So if you're listening to this on Big Ass Pumpkin Day, I hope you have a wonderful, fantastic Big Ass Pumpkin Day. And I hope you don't waste it watching Jacko.
For the love of God, nobody watch Jacko.
I think that's a wrap, everybody. Get the hell out of here. Well, you still can.
It's
I'm sorry.
Big ass pumpkin day. It's a big ass pumpkin day. Big ass
pumpkin day. It's a big ass pumpkin day.
Everybody.
Big ass pumpkin day. Big ass pumpkin day. Big ass pumpkin day. That's a big ass pumpkin day.
Now let's summon Satan with Big Ass Pumpkin Day.
Big ass pumpkin.
Bum, bum. Big ass pumpkin.
Scoop out the eyes. Scoop out the eyes.
Scoop out the gut, scoop out the eyes. Scoop out the gut, scoop out the eyes.
You get more out of life when you go out to a movie. Please remember to replace the speaker on the post when you leave the theater.
Seriously, what the
is
hell
terrible.
did we just watch?
That was
Oh,
a
man,
terrible
it-
idea.
oh, God,
I hate all
yeah.
of you people.
I know. This might have been the shittiest thing ever. This is Box Office Pulp Guy, and this has been a Pulp Podcast production. Now please, 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 put a gun in my mouth and pull the trigger and say goodnight.
And now, on with the show.
There are a lot of issues that plague the comic book community at large that are really never kind of addressed. I think what the three of us really wanted to do was do a show where we explore all of that.
And by the very hand of Odin himself, we now have the seed of this podcast.
Marvel's Odin.
Does DC have an Odin? They must.
I don't think so. Let's go with, like, Image Odin.
Look, DC has Hercules, so he has to have something.
Who doesn't have Hercules? Spawn?
He has Angela, who's like Lady Hercules.
Yeah, she is kind of Hercules-like. Can we still legally say Spawn has Angela? Have I just gotten us in trouble?
Well, now that she's Asgardian, I think it's fair play, so.
Hey, she's not technically Asgardian.
Yeah, but she's Asgard's assassin.
And she has, like, a weird new haircut. Have you seen Angela's new redesign?
Look, we can get all into the pathos of Angela on another episode.
That was just a little taste of graphic novelism.